Hey guys, I am in the Green Mountain National Forest. I have stopped at a little pullover here. It's got picnic tables. It's got a pretty good view. I'm having a good time. But I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about why I choose van life. I had a subscriber to ask me if I felt comfortable enough to sharing why I chose van life, and I said, sure, I have no problem with that. So it started off that I was just going to use the van to go on vacations. I would save on motels, I would save on fast food, eating out, that kind of thing. And that would free up a lot of resources for me to do other things that I wanted to do while I was on vacation. I wanted to work until I was 65. But then I found out that my boss had the business up for sale, and I thought, I'm not starting over for a year and a half and then retire. I'm just going to go ahead and retire. And I called in a realtor friend of mine, and she told me what she thought I could get for my house, and I said, let's do it. At the time, the housing market was booming, and so my boss asked me, well, what are you going to do until you retire or the business sells? And I said, I'm going to live in the van. And he said, no, you're not. And I said, yes, I am too. And so the realtor came, and she put my house up for sale on a Monday, and it sold on a Monday that same day, and I had 19 days to move out. Well, thankfully, I had been going through my stuff for the past 6 months, and I was pretty much ready to move out at that point. So I moved into the van. I parked in the back of the business that I was working at. He allowed me to park back there and plug up. And I put my stuff in storage. So, sure enough, that was a November, and the business sold in, what month was that? March, I guess? April, May, June, maybe May. Anyway, they closed in July. I left at the end of July. And I didn't really have anything to do or anywhere to go, so I just jumped in the van and started riding. And I did that for almost 6 months, I guess. And I decided I'm not paying the $63 a month for storage on stuff that I haven't seen, I hadn't touched, I hadn't used. And so I went back and I emptied my storage building. At that point, I became a full-time van dweller with no where to be, nothing to do except for ride. And I thought, well, I'll start a YouTube channel, and maybe that'll help pay for some of the gas and the food along the way. And that's what I did. Now my plan is, for as long as I'm able, I'm going to live in this van and travel. I know that as I get older, it's going to get harder. You know, moving around old folks. I think I'll turn around and go back. But until then, for the next several years, Lord willing, I'm going to live in that van and travel and continue to make YouTube content as long as people will continue to watch. I have a plot of land, or just a little small lot, that when I do get ready to settle down, I'll go back and either put me a shop to park the van in and still live out of the van, or build me just a little small, tiny home. I'm not sure yet. But until then, this is my life. This is my van life. And I'm enjoying it. It took me a while to adjust to not having to be up at a certain time, be at somewhere at a certain time, basically to slow down and not rush. That took me a little bit of time to adjust to. But I have adjusted, and I enjoy. Let's see, what else are we going to talk about? I had something on my mind, but I've done forgot it now. It's peaceful and quiet out here in this forest. A few little birds singing. A little bit of traffic on the road, not much. Life is good. Oh, I know what it was. But let's talk about van life. I hear a lot of people thinking, or saying, I hear a lot of people saying, oh, I want to do van life. Escape. You're not going to escape from your life by doing van life. In some cases, van life is more stressful than living in a stick and brick. You got to find a place to park. You got to find water. I've worked out a lot of those situations, and it's becoming easier. I know when I first started, I thought everybody's watching me, and I would park and put my blinds up and peek out the window to see who's watching me. And I come to realize nobody's paying me no attention. So now I just pull in, park, set up, and don't worry about it. But there, you'll see a lot of, and you'll hear a lot of van dwellers telling you do's and don'ts and that kind of thing. And the biggest one is they'll say, "Oh, back into your parking place. Don't pull in because you need to make a fast getaway." Well, honey, if you back into the spot and they park in front of you to block you intentionally, you're not going anywhere. So it doesn't matter. So I have learned to park opposite of where the sun is so that it's not coming into my windshield. Whether that's pulling in or backing in, doesn't make me any difference. The Robert Frost Wayside area. Let's see if y'all can get that in the camera there. Dedicated in 1964. So anyway, just park. It don't matter. Backing in's not going to save you if they block you in. And listen, take what I say with a grain of salt, because what works for me in my van may not work for you in your van or how you want to set it up. You can take people's advice and get ideas from them, but nothing's set in stone until you get out there and figure it out on your own. Also, I want to say, and this is just my opinion, and everybody has one, and I respect that, and I know how to agree to disagree. But I believe to be able to do van life, you got to be just a little bit of an introvert. If you're a people person, or you don't know how to be by yourself, then van life is probably not going to be good for you. There may be days that I don't talk to somebody. I'm a people person when I'm around people, but I'm also comfortable being by myself, and I know how to be by myself. I found this river access here, so I'll walk down here while I'm talking to you. Anyway, I know how to be by myself, and I know how to be with other people, I'm very comfortable being by myself if need be. And there are days when I just want to talk to somebody. So I'll just go into Walmart and say hi to everybody I see. That satisfies my need to be around somebody and talk to somebody. And then I'm back alone again. Isn't it pretty? So just a few things to think about if you think you want to be a full-time van lifer. I may do it the rest of my life. I may get tired of it and settle down. But I've left myself those options. Don't burn bridges. I'm walking on these rocks out here. Trying to be careful where I step so I don't fall down. Right now, I love van life and I wouldn't go back. There are days when I think, what have you done? You have sold your house and you can't replace it, not with the market like it is. What have you done? And then the next day I'm fine. But we're like that in normal life anyway. So it doesn't matter. Van life is just like normal life. It's like a yo-yo. You're up one day, you're down the next. It's a beautiful little spot I have stopped and found here. But I'm fixing to go on down the road. Let's get lost.